Schedule a Zoom with me at GCExperts.com/Zoom. How can I help you?
Well, first off, I watched 3 or 4 Zoom meetings that you've done about similar to this, I guess what they are. And I got to tell you right off, the first guy you had on there that tried to sell himself and become part of yours and saying you left so much on the table and yada, yada, yada. I was just about fucking pissed enough on that one. Just go, I don't want to listen to this jackass. I want to listen to you. So I was laughing to myself. But I've watched a number of them since then. So I understand the jets. I appreciate it. I'm just going to give you a heads up about you and I are fucking cut from the same cloth.
Well, in that case, I'll give you the rare comment, which is, well, you and I are going to be friends, John.
I appreciate that. And the other side of it, I want the fucking Archie Bunker version of this from you. I've watched your Zoom meetings and stuff. You don't need to sell me on the expert side of you and what this brings to the table.
Zero. And I think
Perfect.
I think you're misunderstanding those links to usaspending.gov. It used to be that I could create a hyperlink to all the federal contracts they've ever gotten, but usaspending.gov changed that. So when you actually click that link, it only shows what they've received in the last, since this fiscal year. But there's a button at the top right that you can manually click a drop-down list, and you can actually go into every year.
Got it.
And one of those buttons is all fiscal years, which I used to be able to link you to directly, but now you have to manually click all fiscal years. And when you do that, you see the whole picture.
Okay. In all fairness, I've only done all of this with my cell phone. I haven't bothered to go over to the shop and get on this computer and go down through the fall into that web. I just haven't done it yet.
Just to give you an idea,
I want to do it.
just to give you an idea, I have. In fact, I did it yesterday, but I used AI to do it. I said, hey, I want you to go to my proof page. I want you to figure out who those guys are and the USA Spending link below their video. And then I want you to go into USA Spending and I want you to tabulate how much in federal contracts have just those 8 guys gotten in federal contracts. The number came back $471 million.
Wow.
I did it just yesterday.
I'm impressed that you said that. It reminded me about AI because I use AI. I've started just in the last 6 months a lot. I just did a job for Pheasants Forever in Minnesota. I do wetland rehabilitation or wetland establishments and mowing and that kind of stuff. So I helped it. I'm on a private bid. There's probably going to be 5 of us bidding on this job. So that's what started me going, okay. Ironically, in the last month, I've been looking for more government contracts, and I'm like, fuck you. That's you just to try to find them is I don't know where to look. I don't even know.
That's why I invented Bid Tracker. That's the whole reason, because all those fucking websites suck. They're not intuitive. No. And when I say not intuitive, I mean the contractors. Contractors were very simple-minded. It's not that we can't think big about things. We can, but we want easy steps. Give me the 5 fucking steps. Tell me which direction to go, and I'll do it. You know, we're not afraid of doing the work. It just needs to be intuitive, and that's what I do. I have created the entire process intuitively for contractors specifically. That's why when you're watching my videos, it makes sense. It's the Archer Bunker, to use your parlance, Yeah,
I mean, I'm just and I'm so fucking. People either like me or hate me. I don't care, but I'm brutally fucking honest. I got 2 friends in this. I got 2 friends in this world, and I change them every fucking week. I don't care. So it just doesn't matter. I mean, I don't need friends. I'm trying to build back my retirement and everything else. I'm a fucking workaholic, but I'm also I think it's kind of a short Zoom call for me. I mean, I've watched. Since 3 o'clock this morning, I've done nothing but watch your videos.
I can definitely see in this Zoom why you would, it'd be like looking in the mirror. It seems like you and I think a lot alike.
Well, the fluff. I love the way that it's your dad, right? That adds he's the other part of this. I love his philosophy, and he's old school from you do everything fair and honest and above board. I paint everything fucking gray. I let somebody else figure it out. I fucking don't do anything illegal, but I'm sure as fuck not going to go look at me.
That's right, because you and I, we have a wide range of morals and ethics. There's legal, illegal, and then after that, it's ethics and morals. Yes. And those can be extremely wide.
Yeah.
That's the gray area you're referring to.
Well, and I also picked up on the fact that I'm not going to get tunnel visioned into what I know. Because it's what I'm capable of putting together. I don't need to, I'd rather take a fucking beating than paint, but I'll damn sure bid a paint job and let somebody else do it.
You want to start teaching my course?
Well, I know that you're probably not everybody's cup of tea, but I went, holy fuck, I love this guy. So
I was not expecting this coming into this Zoom, John. You are a breath of fresh air. I'm loving this.
Well, and my deal is, so now I just need to figure out, I'll just get right on the website and figure out how to, come up with the funds to pay the initial and whatever. That is your actual meeting, your 3-day teaching seminar. Is that a Zoom meeting or is that in Texas?
You log in, you get a username and password, and you hit play. It's fucking dead simple.
Oh, fuck, that's even...
And just like in real life, when somebody raised their hand and asked a question, you can hit pause, and you'll have my personal cell phone number, and you just call me and ask questions.
Well, and my deal is, how do you not spend all your fucking time answering stupid questions for fucking zipperheads that are just fucking obvious answers? How does that not make you want to eat a bullet?
The best way that I can answer that is that, if you have all the money in the world that you need for the rest of your life, you have to decide, what are you going to wake up and do today? Okay.
I appreciate that.
I'm passionate about federal government construction. I mean, seriously, all the jokes aside, I really enjoy answering those dumb fucking questions. I do.
Well, that's great. That's the most honest fucking thing you could ever say. And like I said, I've been on government projects. Hell, I wall sawed in McConnell, in Wichita, Kansas, in a fucking federal penitentiary. I went in and cut fucking wall sawed the fucking inside the jail or inside the prison and dropped a wall. You think I don't, you're going, holy fuck, this was the company I work for. I qualify. I was the one doing the work. It's bizarre, the things you jump through. But once you're in there and you've signed all the documents and you're qualified, it's no different than my Pheasants Forever fucking bid that I just returned in.
It's no different. That's why I say I can take anybody in the construction industry and launch them into the federal market, because really all you need to be launched into the federal market is the vocabulary. The vocabulary that what a square of roofing is, because when you talk to roofers, they talk in squares. When you talk to plumbers, they want to know if it's Schedule 40, Schedule 80 PVC, is it black pipe, copper pipe? When you talk to a concrete guy, he wants to know what PSI the mix is. Are they going to have a slump test? Is there going to be a 14-day and a 28-day break? It's the vocabulary of the trade so that you can speak intelligently to people in the construction industry. If you can do that, I know exactly what to do with you. I already have the roadmap.
Well, what's amazing is I just did that job with the Pheasants Forever. It was 100% email. We had the bid sheet, everything else. There is no contractors meeting on this. It's a qualification meeting, and they're going to call me and they sent it to me. I had 5 days to bid it. I bid it yesterday, and in 4 days they'll tell me whether or not I got it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Simple, stupid. So, oh, by the way, the best plumber joke, I know you've heard it, but I'm going to fucking tell you anyway. Payday's on Friday. Don't chew your fingernails and shit runs downhill. That's I'm now a plumber.
That's awesome.
So,
It's been a long time since I've heard that. Yep.
so all right. Well, God, like I said, this is pretty fucking simple. I understand what you're offering. It was crystal clear to me. My biggest thing was you still offer. I can I can call your bullshit just using AI. That's what I loved about it.
I would encourage you to do that.
Yeah, and there's no bullshit in there. You go, oh, okay,
So
yeah, well, that's
so far, I have told many people to test me against AI, and so far I have kicked AI's ass 100%. I haven't failed yet, so I would encourage you to do that.
my AI that I've used so long has learned that how I want my answers. And
Yep.
I just was using it yesterday, and I said, my answer to AI was, why are you giving me that bullshit? I don't need to know that. I didn't ask that. I said, define this in just what I'm asking. And then it almost gets offended and when it talks back to you and some of that. All right, I will
That's
be.
hilarious.
It's fucking hilarious. And I'm just going, so I even
Yeah.
cussed to my phone.
Yeah, I do too, but my AI started cussing back about 3 weeks ago. It's fucking
I love it.
hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. I asked AI to do something um, off color, and it says I'm unable to do that
Yeah.
because it's illegal practically. So I reformed the question, said, in the event somebody was going to try to use a fraudulent
Yeah.
application, what would
Yeah.
they do?
Well,
Fuck, it
yep.
puked it all.
Oh yeah. Yep. You got to figure out how to ask it the right questions for sure.
Yeah. Well, and my deal, AI is taking fucking over. I don't care what you say, but they,
It is. It's the future. And in fact, I have a team right now currently rebuilding AI in my likeness, and I'm going to be implementing that with my membership program at some point,
right.
so that 24/7 you have access to my mind. It's they've been loading every Zoom I've ever had, every conversation I've ever recorded, everything I've ever typed, and they're putting it all in there. Um, and I'm going to make that available to my members at some point. We're really in the alpha stage of it right now. It's not even really ready for public consumption, but we've been testing it and it's doing remarkable things. So yeah, it is the future for sure. And we're on top of it.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's either you either get with it or it's going to leave you behind. That's the
Yep.
bottom line. So, all right. I just got to. Is there a format that works better to work with you with as I build this? I'm doing everything off my cell phone now. I do have an iPad
Yep.
that I also do, but
Yeah.
is there one better?
No, I mean, for right now, that's fine. At some point, as we switch over to the AI system, it's going to be a lot better on, let's say, an iPad. Right
Sure.
now,
Yep.
currently, the way it stands, when you join my program, you're going to need an actual laptop for a specific reason. That sync button that you click in Bid Tracker, it syncs the files to your computer currently. The way
Right.
it's going to work in AI.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, and you're going to dummy it down for my kind.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is. This is
Well,
where the future is going, and I'm just the guy to lead it.
yeah, it just but you also what I like about it is that side of it. A lot of times when you talk to a computer guy, he talks in terms that I'm going, fuck, put that in English for God's sakes.
Yep. Look, I'm just the guy to dumb all that shit down, as you can tell. I understand how all the technical stuff works. I've got the right players on my team to build all that out. And it's my vision, because of all the 1,000 federal contracts that I did, how this thing has to work for somebody in the construction industry.
And here's the deal. I'm going to have to wean myself off of being a fucking workaholic. A
No,
70-hour week is a
no,
normal
you're gonna
week.
end up fucking being a workaholic, hitting a fucking button on your phone, bro. Seriously, watch me do this. Okay, this is my AI right here. Let me make sure I'm in the right one. Yeah. Okay. It works off of voice. So whoops, did I hit the wrong button? Oh shit. I want you to go find me 3 general contractors in the Oklahoma City area that can do a roofing job that's about the size of 100 square, and then come back with me with the 3 results that you found. And then I want you to create a voice answer so you can say it out loud when you've got the 3 contractors. It's going to go do that right now, and then it's going to come back and it's going to give me a file that I can hit play on, and it'll just read it to me. By the way, if I tell it to send an email to those guys and ask them if they're open to a contract right now, to bidding a contract, it'll send the email to all 3 of them.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and I see that. And that's the part of it. I'm old. What the fuck am I? 64. I didn't have computers and shit in school, but I'm learning it and carrying on, and fuck, I'm teachable, for God's
You're
sake.
not even, well, fuck it. Everything I did in my entire career is teachable. Oh, by the way, it came back already. So it's given it me in text form already. Let's see if it creates the voice that I can play. So yeah, this whole thing is going to be operating off your voice, but I'm the guy that dumbs it down for a contractor, period. You don't need to fucking learn shit.
Well, and the other side of it is, I understand we don't want to call it government.
Hey, I got it.
Here are 3 Oklahoma City general contractors for a roofing job around 100 square. Roofing.com/Oklahoma City. Number 2, Hero General Contracting.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
3, Legacy Roofing and General Contracting. Legacy Roofing GCE.com. Oklahoma City OK Roofing Service. If you want, I can outright these 3 by pull direct phone.
No, what I want you to do is create a draft email to all 3 of them. If you don't have an email address, you can call them and ask them for an email address. But I want you to create 3 drafts and put it in my Gmail so I can go review them later. This is the fucking future right here.
Yeah. The old school bullshit of trying to look it up and do yada yada, and it's just not there. This is the way the future is going to be. So I love it.
Yeah.
Try to think of any other questions I had that most of them are going to get solved as I just research this more. Exactly right. Yeah, I'm just telling you. That's and I've got a buddy and myself are starting this business, and both come from a construction background, made good money. We're getting back into other things. So I love this. I understand the government construction fucking side of this. It's, such a surplus. It's phenomenal if you really think about how many actual government contractors there are and how much money is available, how many bids are out there and contracts. It's mind-numbing.
Yeah, of course.
So, all right. Well, hell, we can sit here and bullshit, but we both got better things to fucking do.
Well, the reason I make myself available for these things is, I enjoy having these conversations. So anything you wanted to ask about federal contracts, I'm here for you. Otherwise, have a great day. Fucking, you're my favorite Zoom, sir. I would say at least in the last month.
I appreciate it, man. I am going to wrap my head around this, get it on my fucking laptop or on my iPad at least, so I can read through it and kind of multitask with my phone as I do it and shit. So, and I'm a big one for wanting to print fucking pages out. I still like looking at black and white as I'm reading shit. So, just fucking old school.
By the way, it just notified me that it made the 3 phone calls and got their 2 email addresses.
God damn. I love it. Love it. This is exactly what I knew it was. I just wanted verification. So perfect. I'll be in touch.
All right. Take care, John.
Man, have a great day.
You too. Good talking to you.
Good talking to you.